Hey guys, FM23 here, back with some more of our Road to League with Wrexham. We have today the Carabao Cup quarterfinal. We win this. We actually drew Burnley. So, easier? Yes. Unfortunately, what we didn't draw was, well, Coventry. Norwich kind of got them. But on the flip side, Man United beat Man City. Maybe we have a chance. So let's get right into this one. So this is kind of rounded up. Norwich beat Coventry, Burnley over Everton, and United over City. So we have Aston Villa here, and then we are going to have the Derby game. Kind of want to get the first FA Cup game in here. Then we'll kind of see who we draw with, and the middle of the season's right here with the Brighton turnaround. So I think it's pretty good to have Aston Villa and Derby before we kind of go on the backside. We don't have the round of 16 until March because we have the bye. So we were at the top of the league. So we don't have the knockout stages in February, late January. Also on top of that, we really don't have a transfer budget. So if we bring anyone in, it's going to be on loan. Overall balance is bad, but I think if we get Champions League football and we get a good high place in the league, that's 40 million right there, and I think we can pull out of it with getting back to zero by the end, actually by the beginning of next season with all of the endorsements and everything. And really that comes down to the fact that we'll be bleeding until we move into our new stadium, which we're going to noticeably say is at the racecourse. So we're just rebuilding the racecourse at this point. And I think the 2036 season should have that. Our debts and loans is what's kind of killing us. $750,000 a month is what's killing us there. Almost $1 million a month, so it's almost 12 million bleeding out of that a year. So yeah, that's certainly not helping things remotely. But I think one good sale, and we kind of reversed that. But this is what we have going on here. Rafael Leao is still injured. He failed his fitness test, so he's not going to be playing in this game. He'll be back for the follow-on game at Derby. When likely, we'll get him up to fitness, and we'll play him probably half the game before we kind of go into Bournemouth 3 days later. So without further ado, let's get right into this Aston Villa game. Remember, we are the defending champions of the Carabao Cup. If we win the Carabao Cup, that gives us Europa Conference League. But if we win the Conference League, we get Europa League, which means we don't have any issues with everything at that level. It's weird. We'll worry about that at the end of the season. Also, Fabian Cepeda is actually doing pretty well. Leading Premier League player, big matches. The man's doing work. He is our replacement once Leao actually retires. Leao is 35, so we have his replacement in. I do like Leao. He's doing some good work for us. 10 assists, 9 goals. He's doing absolute fabulous. It's great. Not as much passing from Cepeda, but Cepeda is still 10 goals, 10 assists. We've had Mr. Assister in 2 rotation ones there. That means with this change here, we're going to put in Vanderson instead of Kulusevski. If we do make a change up top, it is going to have to be Kulusevski playing this complete forward position, and we're going to have to pull everyone back and kind of revamp through there. So we're going to have Vanderson play out wide. Otherwise, we're going to have the same starting bit that we have, Salvatore Thiago and Levin Verde back. So pretty much the same thing. We're playing positive. It's Aston Villa. I'm ready. Let's do this. This is going to be a particularly interesting game, to say the least. I think most teams should have a better record against us at this point. We haven't really had a consistent win percentage against anyone recently besides Arsenal maybe, or Liverpool, one of those two. But they're playing a 4-2-3-1. But Jimmy was actually playing a deep lying playmaker, it looks like. Playing a bit more back off the ball, it seems. Which is an interesting idea there. Very interesting. So we put it off with 3 shots, only 1 on target. No. Okay, here's our Conte. Throw in here. Kinlan actually intercepts it, but all the way back to Peters. Persic. Ballerini. Looking around. Val Velasco, which I would love to actually get him on the team, but that's not going to happen. Thiago with a good interception. Now we have it. Up to Probega. Kinlan. Move around with Bell. Good movement up the top. There's Bell. 1 touch around the keeper, and Kinlan actually gets it in the net. I don't know what we're doing. It goes in the net. I don't know what Aston Villa is doing. It still goes in the net. I have no idea what the run of play there was or what the thought process. Kenlita up top. This is deep lane playmaker. Bell takes a touch, gets around the keeper. Now it's too heavy a touch. It's blocked. Tipped up. Kinlan just taps it in goal. I'm just going to say thank you. Ballerini up top. Trying to go. Salvatore wins it in the air. Okay, here we go. Good bit of passing. With the passing triangle set up there between Salvatore, Arda, and the guys. Kinlan. Oh, puts it wide. That is a good volley, and it's just not going to happen. Arda's going to take a shot here, likely. He does. It's on target. Zimmerman kind of knew it was going to the right side. He easily hauls that in. Big kick deep. Verde is going to win it, but there's a sea of red jerseys. I better hope someone wins that. Going down the near side. Ballerini. Cross in. Snow. Vanderson, little contact there against Crothers. Looks like that's going to be a penalty given, and I'm not sure what we're going to be looking at here. It is given. Wilson is not the greatest at stopping penalties. Maybe we can get something here. So no, it's going to take this. Yep, Wilson's not going to get to that. He does guess right, but just not right enough. Unintended, because the ball went to the right. Yeah, he just looks like he was looking for one that was middle right instead of it being right. Okay, let's encourage the boys. Doak's going to take this one. Hits off the post. Cleared. So now it's going to bring this back up. We're going to restructure our defense. Crothers, Thiago does clear it. Vanderson's not going to get there in time. Okay, Yulson has the ball here. See if we can get something going here. Big kick. Kinlan's there. Up to Bell. Bell plays out to Arda. Smart play. But too powerful touch. Rodriguez intercepts that. Kinlan, good ball up, and that's into the net. Arda Goulier, that is a big pass. That was amazing. Kinlan puts his... Is that his 27th goal? Is that really Kinlan's 27th at this point? That can't be right? Is that right? It's his 23rd goal, not 27th. I was about to say, there's no way the man has 27 goals. Lemverde out to Vanderson. Good ball back to Thiago. Canalita passing it around. I like the movement here. Just maintain possession until you get a hole. Ball to Cepeda, back to Thiago. Going to get through this front. Aston Villa has some pretty good defenders. Pretty good midfielders. That's why we're waiting. Here it is. There's the ball. There's the hole. Bell has nothing but room. The slide tackle, not there. Now that is Joe Bell's 27th of the season. That one's correct. Joe Bell is an absolute star here. We're playing him as a poacher, and well, the man is doing absolute work here. (3-1). I think at the half, we might make 4 subs at the half. Unless this becomes a goal. If this becomes a goal... the ball's in the box, but the player is in the box. This is borderline. This can go either way. It's gonna be no penalty. It's outside the box. It's not gonna do much. Okay. So I'm gonna take out Canalita. It's gonna be Carlos Alberto's gonna come in. Rebega's gonna come out. We'll put in a Kiakai. And our other ones that we're gonna do, we're gonna bring in Kinlan, take him out. We're gonna bring in Declan Knowles. I think those are the changes we're gonna do there for the dressing room. I love the number of hits. We just need to get those guys some breathing time. Next one's gonna be Arda, and then likely we'll get in Caputo. I'm thinking. Good through ball up to João Velasco. Trying to cross it in, and there's Sano. That was an easy play. Easy play for Aston Villa. I mean, good build up, good movement. Okay, Ballerini wants to put some pressure. Peters looking around, trying to get it in the middle. Goes out wide to Arcante. Cepeda makes a good stop. Trying to cross it in. Good defense there. Some good blocking. Knowles up to Bell. That was some good blocking. Okay, I'm going to make these substitutions now. Bell's going to come out. We're going to put in Caputo. Kulishevsky can come in. I don't want to do this to Vanderson, but Kiakai is going to come over here. Kulishevsky, can he play defensive? No. Declan Knowles, no. Kulishevsky can play both feet. Okay, let's do this. Kulishevsky can play that. We'll play him as an inverted winger because that's what he plays on the other side. We'll put him as an inverted winger on support. Okay, it's 3-2. We just need to hold this. Let's praise the boys at this point. Anderson's not playing particularly great, but I think he's played as well as we wanted him to. I don't think he has a 5.9 on the day. Maybe a 6.2, 6.3. I just don't see a 5.9. If they tie us up, it then means we're going to have to go to a shootout. So there's that. Good clearance by Yulson. Don't want to play with it back there. There we go. Kiakai with the speed. There's a little change of pace. Looking for the cross. Back to Carlos Alberto. Gonna bring it up. Cross isn't there. Back to Kiakai. He's gonna take a shot. It's deflected and hits the post. Keeper does hit it out. Zimmerman, he can collect his own touch. Caputo just doesn't have that height, and really in Football Manager that's not a thing. Where you can out jump the keeper and put it in the back of the net. But that is a win against Aston Villa. We will move on to play at Coventry. Norwich? I think Norwich. Might be Norwich. We'll see. He'll give us a message and we'll... It's Burnley. Burnley is who... Oh my God. Okay, we're... This is going to be a 3-game episode. We're going to play Burnley. It's all going to be about the Carabao Cup. We literally played Burnley in 2 days. I did not expect this. At least our Bournemouth and almost said Wrexham, but Arsenal game moved. Holy, this turnaround is absolutely insane. We have to figure out a way to deal with this. So I'm going to make a cut here. We just turned this into a 3-game episode, guys. All about the Carabao Cup. All right, here we go. Burnley. Rafael Leao is not going to be ready for this game. This is the first leg at home, I believe. And so we're going to bring in probably Valesios. I mean, he is probably the better player on paper, I think. Looking like it. Yeah, he's the better player on paper. That means Kulusevski will be on here. We'll give Vanderson some time to figure out his life. We'll have probably Salinas and Sergio come in for this one because we have a quick turnaround against Derby. And with Derby, we might play backups. Thiago is out because he's suspended. Got one more yellow card that last game. So there is that. Otherwise, Probega and Gullier also have yellow card issues. We're going to actually make a change back here. Let's put Vanderson back. Let's get... You know what? Let's have Kulusevski come in and play... Actually, let's not have him. Salinas can play on the left. Let's get Mario Sergio in for... No, we're gonna risk this. Where's the man? We're gonna have Kulusevski come in. If we need a movement here with Cepeda, we'll just deal with it. The biggest thing. I will say, let's make one more change. Let's get a youngster off. Actually, they played a game today. Who was it? Was it Davies? No, it was Casey. Wasn't there one that was like multiple stars, and it's been over the weekend since I have not played this one to save, so I don't remember who it was. But it's Wilson. Wilson's the other one. Let's get Wilson in. It's at 11 Verde. How tall is Wilson? Wilson's the one that's 5'5", can play up top. That's what I need. I need another striker who can play up top. Okay. Without further ado, let's get right into this one. Burnley, 2 legs with this one. This is the semifinal. Burnley being up here is interesting to say the least. So Burnley over here, they're a Sky Bet Championship trying to make the final here. Captain is Taylor Hardwood Bellis. Then their key player, Dylan Griffiths. We know all about him from being on the Welsh national team. So we're going to see him out here playing on the left side. So left side defense. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. A little bit of what we played against Aston Villa we're seeing. I think we're going to have our easy play to the final. If this goes all to plan and we play up to our Premier League standard and they play up their championship standard, we'll have this, and it's all about who we play. Now, Everton was knocked out by Burnley, and we had United knock out City. Good ball there. Bell's going to finish it, though. What was that? Solarzik makes a great save, but Bell just taps it in. The FA Cup game against Derby, what we're going to end up doing is playing more of our backups so we can play our starters for that final leg, unless this gets out of control, because if it gets out of control, then that's another thing entirely. Probega here. Arda is trying to win it in the air. Richie, we've made some changes. Richie, Barrios are up here playing. That was a good ball up to Bell. Bell's looking to get another goal, and he does. This is 29th of the season. 2 goals for Bell. The man is a poacher phenomenon. Just within 10 minutes, we're doing absolute work right now. Moving the ball around. Burnley has not had one shot and not one on target because they haven't had a shot all game. And that's the defense we like to see, especially from our backups. Barrios playing in the middle. Cepeda trying to get up to Bell for another goal. That's just not there. But Rodriguez up to Cotton back. We are putting some good pressure Probega makes the good tackle. Bell with the ball. Bell has some help. Shot there. Keeper makes a great save, and it is cleared out. I think at this point we're going to have a lot of instances of some moments. If we go up 3-0, we'll likely go 2D view, and we'll just kind of talk, and I'll talk about the team and what directions I have for it going forward. But I feel like we're in a good place right now with a lot of these world-class players. Cepeda back to Kulishevsky. Kanalita up to Cepeda. Kulishevsky moving down the far side. Looking for it. Into Cepeda. Crosses there. Bell. Another goal. Yep, we're doing it. We're going to 2D Classic, and we are going to ramp up the speed a little bit. And when it happens to come to a goal, the game will kind of put us back there in the first place. So, kind of going through this, I like our ability in goal. I like how we're doing the subs at this point. This is the first time I've really organized the subs in some of the veterans, things like that, getting some experience, but also some younger guys up there. So I feel like that's good. Like Kulishevsky wasn't a key player that we brought in, and he's been a key piece to kind of fit out wide, but also up front. And I'm feeling good with how that's being played for the most part. So I'm actually feeling pretty positive on what we're pulling through. On the flip side with that, Arda going out to the complete wingback, I thought that might be a bad idea, but actually it's worked out pretty well. He's able to go out and make some great passing up the field, also on the wings. And that's really helped Kanalita playing a deep line playmaker, and the man has played it all around. For Probega, we have a Kia Kai that's going to come in later. Actually, we're going to pull him into this game right here. We're actually going to pull both Carlos Alberto and Kia Kai in. Kia Kai is going to be probably a big piece for us. Let's get in Caputo. Let's get in a couple of these other guys. Let's get in Salinas with Golier, and let's pull in Vallejos for Kinlan, I think. It'd be good to get him some time. Yeah. And also allows us just to get some more pushing through, and I'm not really worried about the subs there. We're up 3-0. Burnley, while having 11 shots and 2 on target, I just don't see it being a lot at this point, and we're still threatening to score. We're just not putting in the back of the net, so I think we have this one wrapped up. I really like how we're going to be looking at our youth, how we've kind of developed in that. I wish our intakes were a bit better, and I thought to myself, maybe the one holding us back could be Ollie Palmer, but while the man doesn't have great judgment, I think it's like 14 or 15, he has good determination, and I think judging youngsters is pretty good. It's just the fact that there's one stat that is a little lacking that does concern me, but his personality is pretty good. It's just, do we really change out Ollie Palmer? And I think we just go with what we have. We're not the highest team wise when it comes to who those recruits we're going to get. I think the biggest thing is we have to worry about, as Julian Caputo puts that in, we have to worry about the teams around us. And I think because we have, I think it's Liverpool that is actually close to Wrexham in a way, geographically in the game. Yeah, because Wrexham is just south of Liverpool. So I think we're playing off the same, like, recruits wise. And so what that's causing is Liverpool to get a lot of the players and us to not. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but I mean, that'd be one thing. Also, I think what I'm going to do at the end of the season, after we're done with Liverpool itself, I think we're going to put in another rivalry, because we don't have one. And we might want to put in another one just to make things interesting, because we only have Shrewsbury, Chester, and Newport County. We have no real rivals when it comes to being at this level. Let's look up here and see if we have any right here. Yeah, it's just Chester. There's the local. And then other rivals, competitive historic is Cardiff, and Swansea City's historic, but they're not up to our league. Cardiff City's down in the championship, and Newport County is down in the Vanarama National League. And Cardiff is in 9th at this point. Swansea City's in 18th. I just don't see those guys ever getting up to this level. Shrewsbury Town's in League 2, so I don't think they're going to come up here. And Chester is still down in Vanarama National League North. So I just don't see any of our rivals coming up. So we might add in a local rivalry with Liverpool. I think that would be an interesting one. I just don't want to do it if we play Liverpool again, which we already played Liverpool twice. There's one. Liverpool's down there. So if you, I'll do this edit so you guys can actually see it. I'm going to add them in right now. I think what I need to do is go in and club details, do relationship and rival clubs. Let's add a new one. Club, we'll put in Liverpool. We won't have clubs won't transfer. Let's put it as a local in this. Let's actually make sure it's not a level 100 because that would be silly. And let's just make it like a 60. It's just it's a local bit. We'll put it down to 50. And I think that would be an interesting one to have one with Liverpool. And now here it is with what? Is it just Wrexham that has it? Maybe I have to do the next portion. Let's see. The biggest thing is I want at least some kind of rival at this level. So we have a little bit interesting. And plus I want to experiment because the saved after we do this is going to be particularly interesting. Because we can bring it into the next. Okay, so it's in there. Does Liverpool have it? Liverpool doesn't have it, so I need to actually add it in here. We have to do it for both. Okay. Wrexham. We'll have this as a 50. It's just going to be a local rival. Nothing crazy. There we go. So it's both there for us and Liverpool. So make it a little bit interesting with that. We're going to put a cut here and we'll be back with Burnley. Tell me if there's any other clubs that historically were rivals, or for the fact of in this save that you would like to see have rivalry with us. To kind of give you the idea of the teams in the league right now. You kind of have the big 7 up here. Brighton, Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester City, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth, West Brom, and Brentford. Down at the championship, the teams that keep on coming up: Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Ipswich, Sunderland, Burnley, and Derby. So those are your guys down there. I don't think Cardiff's going to come up here, but it kind of depends. So those are the ones that you kind of have an idea that keep on bouncing around, and those ones you could have it if that happens. So I'm going to play the FA Cup third round play a lot of backups, and we'll be back with the second leg, and hopefully we'll be in the Carabao Cup final. All right, we're going against we're putting all of our starters out here against Burnley. We want to put them in the ground so we can get a Carabao Cup final, get some more silverware in this save, but we are, well, protecting our cup. We are defending champions. So it kind of comes down to this. I have no idea what's going on in the other section. We'll see how that kind of goes with, I think it's Norwich and United. We'll see how that game shaped up. If this gets out of control, we might end up doing something a bit more straightforward towards the end of the game, but we're up 4-0. So I'm not worried about this. We do have one suspension, and that was... Actually, I don't know who it was. Actually, I don't think they're suspended. They just gotta... Well, I think that means Lavin Verde suspended at this point for the next game. There's Kinlan going up. He's going to get it over the keeper, and that's his 26th goal of the season. Paul Kinlan's been an absolute monster at the attacking mid. Playing as an AM. I mean, at this point, 5-0. I mean, it's nothing crazy. That one hit the post, so at least we had a front post defender there, but I think Lavin Verde is out. Actually, he doesn't have one. One of our guys does have one in the back. Would I be able to see it from this view? Probably. No. It's just who has one to begin with. We'll see if he's suspended. We're also going to use this time to get Rafael Leao up to fitness. I think we have Brighton. We have a couple of games against Bournemouth. We're about at the halfway point of the season. Still haven't made any signings when it comes to the transfer window. I think we're pretty much set. We've made a couple of sales, but nothing crazy. Just some youngsters we weren't going to use. And one of those was for 8.5 million. So getting that 74 million down, we're still hemorrhaging money, and that's going to go until we can logically get our stadium up. Good play by Bannon. Hill is going to just clear it right to us and really just resets the defense more than anything. Bring it up. Bell's not going to win that. Arda cross. Kinlan in for another goal. Man, Paul Kinlan is just racking up the goals at attacking mid. That was a great signing. We're going to have Declan Knowles also be one in there. I did make one signing for next season. That's going to be something we'll show kind of in the summer, and I think that's going to be another one. Running a young 23, 22-year-old from PSG, and that should be an interesting one. Goulier gets a knock. We're going to pull him out. It's a pull thigh. Kinlan going for the hat trick, and there it is. We're going to pull Paul Kinlan out at the half as well. So Arda and Kinlan are going to come out, and we'll kind of see. Probably Leao will come out at the 60th minute. We don't want to press him too hard, but I do want to get to the half. Okay. So Goulier is going to come out. We're going to put in... I think we might put in Sergio would be the better. Actually, Salinas would be the better fit here. Let's put Salinas in. Paul Kinlan as a hat trick. Let's get in Declan Knowles at this point. And Leao will come out the half. Let's take out Kulishevsky and let's pull in Mario Sergio. Be a good one. Vanderson, we'll keep him out for right now. We'll make those three right there. And I'm happy with what we're doing. We're doing good work, and well, 7-0 against Burnley. I mean, did we expect anything less? Not really, but Sulfactive, hey, we're holding this. I have one thing to report, and that was, once again, first round, as they finally get a goal there. Hassan Fia. We lost the FA Cup against Derby. We had a goal called back. I think we had 2 goals called back, and it hurts my soul, but I think Derby knocked us out last year, which is funny. We'll have to take a look at that. But Derby actually took us out this year, so it just means that, well, there's another PK there. Is it Rafael Leao going to take that? Yeah, we'll have him get a goal before we take him out. Oh, wow. Good block. Okay, Leao's going to come out. We're going to put in Cepeda. I think Probega was the other one that was going to be out. Let's get... at this point, let's get in Caputo for Joe Bell. And that'll be the changes. Ooh, look at this ball. Just beyond the line. Knowles is going to take this one. Should be a banger. Well, hilariously enough, it is a banger off the post. Sergio is going to take this one. Salvatore is going to bang that off the post too. We got a lot of post balls there. Still 7-1 now, well, so we're not really worrying about that in aggregate. Just means we're likely going to play United. I would love to play Norwich at Wembley. That would be an interesting one. In front of a large crowd, a team that's more on our level. It would have to be a pretty good game that we'd have to put out there if we play United, and I think we can do it. We've beaten United before, but I think it's just going to be a more entertaining game if it is Norwich, because we've kind of went back and forth this year, trading wins with Norwich. I think we ended up losing in the season with them. We knocked them out of the Carabao Cup last year, I think it was. And so there's a lot of history between us and Norwich in this save. Let's praise the boys. Nothing crazy. I think United has already played. And it just means the Carabao Cup will play it, I think, in March. Now that's going to be interesting, because is that going to conflict with the round of 16 in Europe, which we have no idea who we're going to play yet. We won't know until probably the end of the month or going into February. That's kind of interesting there. In the league, we haven't played any league games. This is just all cup games for this week and partially of last week in the season schedule, which I thought was quite funny. Knowles, you got to bang that into the net. That's unfortunate. If he hits it harder, Knowles has himself a goal. There's one to Caputo. Caputo. Probega. That goes in. The keeper can't hold out. Tomaso Probega. He's had some key goals at times. Some good run-up goals like that. And, yep, he's going to be suspended for the next game at Brighton, I think it is, because he has too many yellow cards. I do remember he was one of them, I believe. So there is that. Easy peasy. 8-1 aggregate, and yeah, we're in the final another year in the Carabao Cup. I don't think to pull it here. That's not bad. Finland, of course, another 3 goals. The man's doing work. Yep, there's Probega getting that yellow card. Okay, so he's going to be out there. Let's look at the competitions right now. Norwich is up 1-0 over United. When is that game played? This next one, if it's in the next day, we'll the 17th. So it is tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on skipping. This game is going to be played, and we're going to see who we're going to be playing the Carabao Cup in the final, because we're not going to really be worrying about the Carabao Cup when it comes to things once this populates. and kind of give it a little bow wrap for the final here. The 2 games against Brighton. Here's the half of the season right here. This is around Christmas. That's when we kind of turn it over. Okay, let's see. Still having some good bids for some players. The biggest thing we're looking at is players to be kind of set. And a lot of them are pretty set for their registration. And I think, so what I see here is where he's trained at, these are for both Division 2. So I think we can put him out on loan, and I think it would be a good thing to put him out on loan to Bristol City if he is like a regular starter. Let's see if we can get them to, let's say no here. You Skybet League 1. Let's actually, who do we know is down in League 1? Any of our guys down in League 1 right now are affiliates? We could do one of those. I'm thinking of our affiliates are down in League 1. It is League 2. Is York up there in League 2, or are they struggling? No. They are struggling. So let's see if we can send him down to York for the rest of the season. I think it'd be interesting to have him down there to kind of play. And we'll see. We might do that with a couple more loans in between episodes, and we'll kind of see that, because if they're kind of already set up for registration wise, there was no qualms to send them down to put them on loan. Because that's what we're kind of doing with some of these guys. Like Nunez going in on loan, I think we might end up like signing him to another bit. He's over 21, and we've already gave him a contract with that. So putting him on loan is not big. We can also try to turn around and sell him. I think he'd be a good piece to sell in the first place. So after he's at Preston, maybe that'll happen. We're starting to get like Pimentel also is another guy that we're going to send out on loan. I mean, that's mainly because at 19, he does have the Dunnet Club for the Premier League. I mean, he is trained here. And I think with him, we could likely see him go down and play at a Skybet League Championship. I think he could grow a little bit, and we can end up selling him. That was kind of the idea there. So, let's see. Who will be playing? Norwich is up 1-0 right now in the first game. We'll see if in the second game that is the fact. Don't know. Here it is. Come on, Norwich. This is at United. Norwich, you beautiful team. You have done it. Norwich has beat United 2-0 in aggregate. So we will play Norwich in the final March 4th. So that's going to be a big one. That is going to be 4 days before our Europa Conference League. So this one's going to be one we don't know who we're going to play in the Europa Conference League. We'll kind of have this drawn up back here. So we'll kind of see. Yeah, Derby, it was 1-0. We had a goal called back, and yeah, it's nothing to write home about. I want to say a few matches. Let's see past meetings. Did they actually knock us out last year? No, they didn't. I'm going to look at this right quick. History. Competitions, right? Look at, what was it? Was the FA Cup? We lost to Preston last year. That's who it was in the third round. The year before that, we went to the fourth round. Norwich knocked us out in the third round, fourth round, fifth round, fourth. We got to the first round in Actually, in 2025, that was second round, third one, first round. I mean, yeah, it was. FA Cup has been not a fun bit, and that's supposed to be the one where we actually get some good stuff. So, coming back, we're going to come back for, I think, the Arsenal and Wolves game. I think is the next time we're going to come back in February. It'll be after the transfer window. We'll have some more loans that we're likely to put out, but it'll be after all of that, and then we move right into, after that, Norwich and another 3-game episode with the Europa League, the Europa Conference League round of 16. So pretty good. Only cup games, little cup game extravaganza. This one, I know we wanted to play another league game. We'll get the league games in next episode. That's why I want to play Norwich, Arsenal, and Wolves. So give you an idea of getting some league games in, that sort of thing, because we were going to do one cup game and one league game, but we ended up having just straight Carabao Cup in this episode. So thanks for hanging out. Go leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.